Welcome to Vlogmas Day 14, where I talk about 7 top things I don't like about running a business. Man. Okay, so I'm gonna do this off the dome. I usually kind of write everything out beforehand, but I'm just gonna go off the dome on this because I feel like I really want to come from a genuine, earnest space around owning my own business. Number one, I'm gonna tell you number one reason I don't like about running a business that is tied into capitalism, because I really, I'm not in love with capitalism. I'm not in deep like with capitalism, the nature of how it is manifesting itself in our society, in our world right now. I really struggle with that because I just do. Like, I have no problem with making the money and being profitable, don't get me wrong, but I also want to make sure I take care of the people on the planet in the process. And I feel like capitalism has a tendency to make you make decisions and choices that veer you away from that. And so one of the reasons I don't like running businesses is my notion, ideal of capitalism and how it's counter to what would be authentically me. How it ties into my morals and my values. And so I would love to have a discussion about this because I know it's a little controversial. So tell me what you think. Second thing I don't like running about a business is time commitment. Look, I know a lot of people say, oh, run a business, and then you get to a certain point where you can go travel the world and you have big houses and big cars. And I'm here to say that is definitely can happen. You know, I can see that happening for me. However, I want to say that you're going to have to put some time in. And that time, you're going to feel like you never have enough time. And you're going to feel like you don't know what you're doing in time. Like, you're not figuring out things in time, early enough, fast enough, quick enough. You know what I mean? Time becomes this thing where it's like, and, you know, also, honestly, you know, if you really care about your business and you care about the quality of your customer journey and experience, stuff like that, you're going to end up putting in a lot more time because you care, because you want things to go well. And because in the beginning, you got to understand this is your vision, and can't nobody really manifest it and do it like you can do it. It is yours and all yours. And while other people can support you and can do some elements of it to help you catapult it and manifest it and get it out to the world, you at the end of the day, it's yours and yours alone. And so time, that's one of the things I feel like, time. And I think I just need to do a separate video on that, because now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, it's a little bit more complex than what I'm saying, but that's one of the things I don't like running about the business. I think the third thing I don't like about running the business is that I've had to use an Asian manufacturer, that I really want to make my product in the US. And then in order for it to be more cost effective, in order for me to sell it in the US and make some money and pay staff and pay for all the things that go along with running the business, it has required me to do that. And it's not the Asian manufacturers that I have a problem with. Let me be clear. Oh yeah, let me back that up. Nothing wrong with the Asian manufacturers. They do a fantastic job. However, I just feel like, again, it probably goes back to my first reason for not like running business is the nature of capitalism. That, again, it's forcing me to do something that's outside of what would be authentically me. What is authentically me is to make that product here, right here in the US. Now, what is top-notch authentically me is me being able to make all thousands and thousands of them myself. But of course, you know, I'm never going to be able to do that unless I get some superhuman powers, which I am more than happy to take. So hey, I'll put that in the universe. Give me some superhuman powers. Okay. And so manufacturing overseas, there's a lot of cost associated. There's a lot of disconnect from the production process that I feel like I can't go into the plant. I can't see who's making my product. I can't look at, you know, the materials in advance. I can't double check certain things. You know what I mean? Even just this batch that I recently did, I found some boxes, they were inconsistent. Anyway, so I think, you know, doing overseas, where it was made in the US, maybe I could have more of a connected relationship to the manufacturing. And also I can contribute to the economy here in this country, which goes back to my first thing about capitalism. Anyways, so that's my I think that was my third reason, right? And my fourth reason I don't like running a business is, I think one of the things I don't like running about a business, but I haven't really run into this, but I know I am, is negative reviews and people saying that you don't have a good product and you don't know what you're doing, blah, 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 blah. Because I put a lot of my heart and soul into this. So I think it would be a personal injury to me. I would be personally injured if it took off, you know, in the world that, you know, VestaPak was a horrible product. So I am always a little scared of negative reviews. I suspect that they will come, and I will tend to them as best as I can. And, you know, I will say this, while I don't like negative reviews, I will definitely listen. Because if there's something there that I can make changes to the product to make it better, then I'm, by all means, thank you. You know, as I say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But so I think negative reviews has been one of those things that I've always been a little bit, you know, that I don't like. And I don't think I'm supposed to like it, but I do think that I will use it to make a better product. Okay, that was the fourth thing. Fifth thing I don't like about running the business is money. Money. Look, you need money. I think my challenge has been having infusion of cash at the right times. Yeah, because I've had to dip into some of my own personal money to handle some cost associated with the business because, although sometimes I've run a pitch event, I might not didn't get the money till maybe a couple months later when I needed that money then. I think the money part has always been super challenging, having enough. And what I mean by money too is like money affords you the opportunity to play, affords you the opportunity to do more research and development, allows you the opportunity to experiment and fail. And so infusion, I mean, I just feel like, man, like I've had to like use my own money to experiment and fail, and then only got cash once I perfected it. But it took a lot of money to get that. Like I think about myself all the time. I'm like, Charlotte, you invest a lot of money you know what I mean? A lot of time and money. And so I think the money part makes it really tricky. And then also managing the money. And not so much, like I'm a good financial manager, don't get me wrong, and I don't mind dealing with the money, but, having to figure out what the cost of the product is. Like our product is $175. That's not exactly accessible to everybody, but that's the price it has to be in order for me to make a profit and for me to be able to run a company. So it's like, that's just money, which ties back to the first thing I talked about, capitalism, right? All right. So was that the fifth thing or the sixth thing? Okay. So I'm gonna say this is the sixth thing. Hopefully it is. And if it ain't, well, we just got some extras. The sixth thing I don't like about running my business is, man, it's something, I'm not gonna say I don't like it. I just feel like I'm not good at it, and that's marketing. How to sell to people your product, how to say the right thing, how to draw them in. Particularly, because one of the challenges I have as a company is that I am marketing to, and my customer avatar are people who have been neglected and abandoned for so long that I kind of gotta like go back out into the world and say, look, there's something for you now. And then they got to believe it, right? And then they got to remember why they wanted it in the first place. So it's kind of like marketing, marketing. I'm not gonna say I don't like it. I was just to say it's like a deep challenge, what makes me not like it. Cause I feel like, how do you market to people who don't believe, who are so frustrated and don't believe they're ever gonna get something that's gonna fit them, right? So I would say that I don't like, and also just how to make content that really resonates with them. And like, for instance, a lot of people, they could do stock photos. As a brand who focuses on plus size people in the outdoors, there's so few images, stock footage. So if we meet, I'll have to hire a photographer, people, coordinate all that, get it. So anyways, it's just, just a challenge, like to just do that really effectively. And so I guess marketing is something that I'm not gonna say I don't like it. I just find that it is super challenging. All right, what is my seventh and final thing that I don't like about running a business? I don't like that. I can't say I don't like this. Again, it's like my list is really kind of confusing. So, as you know, I focus on plus size folk, and we have sizes earth, wind, and fire, which go from extra large to 8X. What I don't like is that I want to say I can't be all size inclusive. I don't want to say I don't like that I can't be all size inclusive, because I can be. It's not like I can't. But what I don't like about running the business is, I would say this. There we go. Here we go. Sometimes you just kind of gotta like let the answer bubble up inside of you. What I don't like about running my business is the sheer volume of fucking fat phobia, the unconscious bias towards fat people that I experienced as a result of running this company. People will tell me, ask me all the time, well, are there enough fat people that run marathons? Are there enough fat people that hike? Are there enough fat people that will want to even use this thing? Like, I don't see the fat people. And I said, I'm standing right in front of you. It's like, are you serious? Trying not to cuss on this video. So I think what I don't like about my business is that just all the kind of unconscious bias around fat people that I experience is it's weary. It's just, it could be, sometimes it really could take a lot out of me, especially when it comes, like it'll be a lot, at a certain time. And I'm like, oh my God. And then also, like, even those people that call themselves supporting me will make these kind of remarks like, well, do plus people really, what plus people have the money, just little side remarks where I think they're trying to be helpful, but they're just really engaging in more and more unconscious bias. So I think out of all the things that I hate about running this business is dealing with the unconscious fat phobia, bias around fat phobia. It can weigh me down sometimes, and I have to really center myself and really check in with those people that can help me like reground myself and be like, yes, I'm doing this for the right reason. And what I don't like about, and part of that too is, that's what I was gonna say with this. This is a long, I don't like. Hopefully it makes up for the lame ones I don't like before. I don't like when people say to me, oh, well, now that you're doing good with making it for plus size, you need to make it for the smaller sizes. What I gotta remind people is that, look, you got all kind of brands that making stuff for the smaller people. So why do I have to make it? You got a whole selection. You got multiple companies. You have plenty. I'm one person doing it for plus size people. You know what I mean? And there's a few brands that make a couple of plus size things, but nobody that's really focused on the bigger, taller, curvier body. I really find it insulting when people will say to me, okay, now it's time for you to start making them for the smaller people. And my challenge to those people who say to me, okay, now you got to start making smaller sizes. Why don't you go to the other brands and tell them, well, it's time for you to start making it for the bigger bodies. Like, can we get some balance on this? You're going to check me about, I got to have product for smaller bodies, but you never check these major big brands with big money, big conglomerates. You don't check them and tell them, well, isn't it time for you to start making stuff for big bodies? So yeah, y'all done got me worked up now, what I don't like about running this business. And so I think also too, I just feel like in that whole vein of being a plus size brand, even venture capitalists don't see the vision, don't believe there is potential to make money. And I feel like, yeah, that's always a struggle. So, man, that was a long answer. But those are 7 things that, off the dome, I don't like about running a business. They're not exactly things that I hate per se. Some of the things are just challenges, but I just wanted to kind of counteract all the things that I love about the business with a little bit of all the things that kind of I don't really love about running the business, so that you can understand that it's going to be give and take. It's going to be good and bad. But at the end of the day, I think that my mission to make accessible outdoor gear and outerwear for the taller, curvier community is well worth the struggle. So thank you guys for joining in with me. Have a most beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace and love.